Good morning.
It's been a while. Sorry for the delay in starting our class this morning. You're welcome. Let's pray. In Jesus' name we pray. Father, in the name of Jesus,
Yes, sir.
thank you for yet another opportunity to gather together to study. We are asking for thy divine help to be with us throughout the course of this study, that it will be beneficial to us in Jesus' name. Holy Spirit, the great teacher, be our companion throughout the period of this study in Jesus' name. Amen. You are all welcome.
Amen.
Yeah, you are all welcome. I'm sure you were able to get the last class that was sent through the YouTube channel. Hello. I'm sure you were able to get the last class that was sent to you through the YouTube channel. I want to hear you answer.
Yes,
Hello? Did you get the last class that was sent to you through the YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, that's great.
yes, sir.
Because today's class will be built on that. We are still discussing statistics. And a way of recapping, what we did that class was just to introduce statistics to ourselves and then look at its relevance to us in everyday life. And equally, we pick one important aspect of statistics, which is the aspect of data presentation. We briefly looked at that also. But before we dive into the main agenda of today, which, as you are seeing from your screen here, we will be continuing JSS1. JSS1.
She started
JSS1 students. I'm going to greet you all now. Don't unmute yourself so that you don't disturb the class. Please. Don't unmute yourself so that we can follow each other. And please, all of you, sit quietly and pay attention. Please. Now, back to what we are saying. I said before we go into the main content of today's class, I would like to take you through one or two things. First, in our first contact, I asked all of you to create a Gmail account and send it to a particular Gmail account, which I gave you in that class. The same account is on the screen there, which you are seeing, geometryteacher301@gmail.com. But the last time I checked my mail, is just one of you that have done that. Just one of you that have done that. And I am not really pleased with that. It has been delaying our carrying out of our assignments. Now, listen to me clearly. I want that done before the end of the close of the day today. All of you in JSS1, A, B, and C, open a Gmail account and send your own Gmail account as a message to this Gmail account which you are seeing on the screen there, geometryteacher301@gmail.com. Did you get that? Now, towards the end of the class, don't unmute yourself, don't bother, don't unmute yourself. Towards the end of the class, I will be explaining one or two things to you about what we'll be doing with that Gmail account that you will be opening and you will be sending to me. Okay? Now let's go back to the business of the day. As in our last class, we were looking at presentation of data, and we picked, we had 5 of them listed in the complete listing of the ones we are chosen to study. And we studied only 2, and those 2 are the known graphical one. And one among them was the rank order list. And the second one was the frequency table approach. I did explain it in that video, but I believe something might still need a little bit of clarification. So I want to do you that favor. To explain that to you in the second aspect, which is the frequency table, the construction of the frequency table. I say to construct frequency table, raw data like this, which I have on my board, will be given to you. Raw data like this, which I have on my board, will be given to you. And you are expected to put the raw data neatly into a frequency table. Okay? Now I'm sure all of you can see my board. Now to put it into a frequency table, I explained there, but I want to make it clearer so that all of you will get it. We use something we call tally mark approach. And that tally mark approach is just an issue of using a stroke to represent the appearance of an item once. A stroke to represent the appearance of an item once within a frequency table. Okay? Now, if I want to construct this frequency table, now this is about days of the week that an activity took place. I want to construct the frequency table. First and foremost, I will put into consideration the days of the week. Now, you know, basically there are 7 days in the week, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the 7 days of the week. Now, you see, in this very place, they are scattered. Right? This very place, they are scattered. But when I want to arrange it into my frequency table, first I will make use of the skill of rank order lists. And maybe start from, most people believe the first day of the week should be Monday. So I'll start from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This already is in rank order. I'm using rank order now. This already in rank order. Then 2, to count without mistake, I will use the tally. To count without mistake, I will use the tally. How does the tally work? It's simply like this. When I go to my item, for every time each item appears once, I create a stroke for it in the tally section. So Wednesday is here. I give 1 stroke to Wednesday. Monday, Sunday, Friday, Monday now has 2. Thursday is having 1. Wednesday having 2 already. Wednesday again having 3. Saturday having 1. Saturday again having 1. Sunday having 2 now. Tuesday, having 1. I'm sure you are following how I'm marking the stroke. Okay. Going back to Monday again, 3. Sunday, 1 stroke for Sunday again. Sunday. Now, Tuesday, 1 stroke for Tuesday. Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday again, Sunday, watch this carefully now. I want all of you to pay attention to this. Watch it carefully. Sunday already have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when this Sunday comes in, I will not draw a new stroke again. I will cross this one with a 5th one, which makes it 5. Okay? Then I move to Saturday. Saturday has 1 more stroke. Wednesday have 1 more stroke. And Monday has 4 stroke. Okay? Now, this is the marking into tally. I want to add something a little bit to clarify you more. Now, if I were to have additional days, let's just say I have another additional month, Sunday, I have Monday, and I have Wednesday, and I have Tuesday, and I have Friday. Again, in addition. Now, when I stroke out this Sunday, after packing 5 together, I will not maybe draw another stroke across. Rather, I will move to a new pack and start 1 more. Okay? I'll start 1 more. And that person that is eating in my class, please stop that. Monday, we now have 4 already with crosses. And Wednesday, having 4 already, we cross it. So let's just say we stop here. We stop here. When you finish all this stroking, then you come here and get your frequency proper. You get your frequency proper. How do you get the frequency? Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write 5. Here you have 1, 2, 3. You write.
Sir, I cannot see you.
Okay. Now can you see clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Then on this place you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write 5. Here you have only 2. You write 2. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You write 4. Here you have 1, 2, 3. You write 3. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6. You write 6. This is how we generate the frequency table. When you finish this, you can remove this aspect and bring together the days and the frequency, and it gives you a typical frequency table. Is that okay? Now, that is just a flashback to what you have in the earlier video, explain further for you. Now, let's move away a little bit from the known graphical means of representing data back to the graphical ones. We'll go back to the graphical ones, which is our business for today. I will be looking at three basic graphical approach to presenting data with you. The first one would be the pictogram. The second one is the bar chart. The third one is the pie chart. They are all very simple.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes.
please, are you going to send the notes? Sir?
I will attend to that. Just hold on and listen to the class first. Don't obstruct my class with that. Okay, now these are the three graphical means of presenting data that we will look into. Most of it you are familiar with them already. Most of it you are familiar with them already. Let's go to the first one, which is the pictogram. Let's go to the first one, which is the pictogram. If you recall back, in your primary 6, you will see some parts of when you were doing statistics, something like they draw smiling face. They draw smiling face, or they represent a sketch of a human being, and they give you a number attached to it, and several questions can come from it. This is a typical pictogram. So a pictogram is just when we use picture to represent frequency of data values. I take it again. A pictogram is when we use picture to represent frequency of data values. As a way of example, we have that frequency table on your screen there, which is on grades of students in a particular examination, with those who got A.
Sir, you're cracking.
Those who have grade B are 4 of them. Those who have grade C are 5 of them. Those who have grade D, there are 4 of them. And those who have grade E, there are 2 of them. And finally, those who have grade F, there is just only 1 of them. Now, the task we are to carry out, is the task of representing this information in a pictogram. Now it's very easy. We will use the simplest approach. Take note of this table, which is there before you. Take note of the table, look at it carefully, and take note of it. Okay? Now, we move to how to use pictogram to solve the problem, and I'll be using the simple one, smiling faces. If you recall on your frequency table, you have, on those who made grade A, there are only, the quantity given there is 2. So I just put 2 smiling faces there to represent that 2. Those who scored B, on my frequency table, there are 5 of them. So, sorry, 4 of them, I beg your pardon. So you have those 4 smiling faces to represent them, while those who score C are 5 of them. So 5 smiley faces are there to represent them. Back to D with 4 people scoring D and 4 smiley faces to represent them. And then those who scored E, 2 smiling faces, and those who score F, 1, just a smiling face to represent that. Now, this is a typical pictogram. I will not dwell much on this, but I'll only add just brief explanation on good use of pictogram. Now, this one was, they gave you the frequency table. They want you to get, they gave you the frequency table. They want you to get this, the pictogram from it. Much more is demanded from you when you are given the pictogram and you are asked to get the frequency from it or do other deduction from it. And we will discuss this together. I will stop sharing my screen now and project my board for you so that you will see what I am talking about. And I will unmute most of all of you so that we can interact on this. I will unmute you, but don't make the class rowdy, please. Now, let's just say we are studying the cases of...
Let me see what she even said.
You do what I just said.
We are studying the cases of COVID-19. And you are given this picture. Okay, I'm going to mute all of you since you can't behave yourself. Please don't touch it. This to represent every 1,000 persons that was infected by COVID-19. And I put this to represent every 500 persons that was affected by COVID-19 in the different countries of the world. Now, if I do this, pick 3 countries. I pick 3 countries. I pick Nigeria, for instance, and I pick USA, and I pick China. For example, if I draw this, and I draw this, now can you see my board? Now, if you can see my board, this is a way of using pictogram to represent given set of data. It says cases of COVID-19. This diagram, wherever you see it, it means 1,000 persons were affected. And then when you see this one, there's a difference between this. This has a sketch of dummy of a human being with both hand and leg to complete. But this only have 1 hand, 1 leg. And it is said that this is representing 1,000 and this is representing 500. Now take a look at this carefully, and I'm going to call 1 or 2 persons to give me the frequency, which is the exact number of people that have been affected by COVID-19 using the information from these pictograms. Okay? Now, Toby, I'm going to call on you. I will unmute you now. Toby, can you tell me the number of persons that were affected by COVID-19 in Nigeria using the information presented by the dummies here? Kobe,
Sir, can I see the board?
Hello?
Sir, can I see the board?
Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, can I see the board?
Yes, I'm bringing the board on screen for you.
Okay, sir.
Can you see it
Sir,
now?
there are 2,500 people.
I love
Yes,
that.
sir. Sir, there are 2,500 people.
I love that. God bless you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Demola,
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me the number of persons affected in USA from the pictogram here?
Sir, 4,500.
God bless you for that. That means you are really following me. 4,500. And Ebo David, you are top on the screen, so I'll give you that opportunity. Wow, you mute your camera. I should believe that was a network problem.
Sir, can I see the answer?
Hello? Yes, I heard somebody's voice. You want to say the answer? Tell me your name. I can't spot you now. Tell me your name and give me the answer. Okay, that should be Michael, right? Okay, Farida, let me hear from you. Let's not be all boys.
3,500.
Farida?
Sir, I cannot see the last question.
Okay,
Sir, it's
last part of the board.
3,500.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing somebody giving me answer. What did you say?
3,500.
3,500. Who gave the answer? Give me your name.
Michael.
Michael, thank you very much. Okay, now this is all about pictogram. Very simple, right? Very simple, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah.
That is all about pictogram. Let's move quickly to bar charts. The second one, bar charts. Okay, we are going to bar chart. Bar charts, I will share my screen for you now. Bar chart is when we use rectangles to represent statistical information. When we use rectangular bars to represent statistical information. And in using those rectangles, we take note of two important things. You know, a rectangle has a width and a height, or what you call length, because it will be vertical, and that is why I'm calling it height. Okay, the length will be turned towards to make a projection like the height of the rectangle. Now, that length will show us the quantity of item that is present in that very statistical data. That is the length of the bar or the rectangular bar that is given to us. While the width is simply indicating a particular item under study. An example will make it clearer for us. Let's look at this next example. Let's look at this next example. A frequency table will be given to us here. We're asked to study the frequency table below and represent the information in a bar chart. Now take a careful look at that table.
Sir, please go back.
Sir, please go back.
Sir, please go back.
Okay, I should go back to the information on bar charts.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've explained that a bar chart is a graphical method of representing data in which the information are given in rectangular bar. And in a bar chart, what you know as the length, if we stand the bar, the rectangles erect, it will be like the height. So the length will be the quantity of a particular item that are present, while the width will indicate the type of item present. That is what I've explained to you. We will be more clearer when we see this example. This example wants us to represent the information on that frequency table in a bar graph or a bar chart. It's similar to the information we have dealt with just now on grade of students. Now, if you were to plot that correctly, you will have a vertical axis and a horizontal axis on a typical graph, and it will give you this outlook. Take a look at that, where the first part of the table was having 2 students having grade A. So you see that the width of that graph indicates that is the blue part, the first bar you see there. The width, it covers A only, it doesn't spread to B. And the height mark up to 2, which shows that it is what? Only 2 students. Secondly, B, the width is covering only B, while the height is marked gradually up to 4. So the height of the bar, or what you call the length of the bar, mark up to 4. And it is like that for all the other items that are on the table. Take a careful look at it. Take a careful look at it. Don't worry about drawing it, because I will send the e-notes to you. I will send the e-notes to you soonest. So just take a careful look at it and understand what each bar represents. And from this very bar chart, several other questions can come. Like, if I were to ask you now, which of the grades has the lowest number of students? Which of the grade has the lowest number of students? Yeah, Toby is raising his hand. Toby, can I hear your hands? Hear you?
Sir, is C.
I didn't get that.
Jesus.
Sir, it's C.
Can you say that more clearer?
Sir, it's C.
C has the lowest number of students.
No, sir.
Sir,
Sir, it's F.
Sir, it's F.
Okay,
It's F.
okay, that answer is coming chorus.
The mother one.
I want Toby to answer me. Toby, which grade has the lowest number of students? Toby, can I hear you? Okay.
Sir, it's F.
F, thank you very much, Toby. God bless you. It's
After
F.
cheating.
And obviously, the grade with the highest number of students is what?
C.
Is C. Thank you very much. Now a lot of other things can be interpreted from a bar chart in that manner. Okay?
C.
Now we take the last statistical means of representing data.
Yes, sir.
Last one for our class today, which is a pie chart. Now I want all of you to pay attention to this because it's very important. It is one of the most interesting means of representing data, and it's equally the one that demands a lot of work from you. So I want you to pay attention to it very well. Now, a pie chart is a circular approach. While the bar chart is rectangular approach, the pie chart is circular approach to representing our data. And a typical pie chart is such that the entire circle would represent the entire data we are taking under study, while the sizes of each part of the circle called sector is equal to the amount of each item present. What I'm explaining is what you have projected on your screen now. A pie chart is a circular representation of data, and 2, in a pie chart, a circle represents all the data, and the sizes of its sectors are proportional. That means they are equal to each of the item present. Okay? Take a look at that. And we will want to practicalize constructing a pie chart. I'm sure you all got my message earlier that you should keep your protractor, compass, ruler close by you.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it's now that we will want to use it. Now the question says, a farmer has 120 animals as shown in the table below. 60 cows.
Tell me, is this a protractor?
40, hold on, I
Come
will
and see,
attend to
come and see,
that.
come and see.
40 goats and 20 sheep. Now the task says, represent this information in a pie chart. Represent this information in a pie chart. Now, to represent information on a pie chart, you will take note of this. 1, you need to put all the items into various sectors, and to achieve that, you will use the formula that is stated on your screen now, which is the size of sector for each item will be equal to the given quantity for that very item, the total quantity for that item, times dividing each other, and multiplied by 360. So I will take you to my board now and show you how that is being used. I'll take you to my board. Remember, we have number of cows, and we have number of goats, and we have number of sheep that was given to us. This was 60, this was 40, and this was 20. The first thing you do is get the total. The total is to sum everything, which is 120. For each item now, note my formula says the sector representing each item is given by given quantity over total quantity times 360 degrees. This formula will convert it into sectors. So we start with the first one. The first one is for cow. The given quantity is 60. The total quantity is 120. Then we multiply this by 360 degrees. Okay? Now, by factorization, if 120 factor 360, it will go 3 times. And if 3 multiply 60, it will give us 180 degrees as the size of the sector representing cow. Secondly, if I go for goats, I have 40 goats as the given quantity, and I have 120 goats as the total quantity, times 360. By factorization, 120 factor 360 3 times, and multiply 40 by 10 by 3, I will get 120 degrees. And finally, for sheep, I have 20 sheep over 120 times 360. By the same factorization, I'll get 3. 3 times 20 will give me 60. Now I have calculated the sector for cow, sector for goats, and sector for sheep. And one thing is very important when you are doing this calculation. When you finish and get all these sectors, you must test it. If 180 is for cow, 120 is for goats, and 60 is for sheep. Do the computation by addition. It should give you 120 and 180 will give you 300, and 60 will give you 360. You must get this 360. If not, there is a problem somewhere. You need to go back. Okay? You must get this 360. It is when you have achieved this 360 that you can now proceed to draw your pie chart. For today, we will only dwell on the calculation. I will just show you the outcome of my own pie chart based on this computation. And in our subsequent class, I will show you how to draw the pie charts. I will show you how to draw the pie charts. Now, my calculation went on like this. And when I finish, my pie chart came out like this. Okay? Any question? Look at the pie chart carefully and ask your questions. Any question? Just raise your hand. Let me know you have a question. Okay. From all indication, I assume you are clear. I assume you are clear. So we will close our class for today here, but before the end of the class, please remember to send that mail details to me. Create your Gmail, send it to the email account I projected on the board earlier, geometryteacher301@gmail.com. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for the success of this class. We are asking that all we have learned will remain abiding in us forever, in Jesus' name. So thank you very much. See you next class.
Sir! Sir, please wait. Sir!
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Please, what's the Gmail address?
Please send the
What's
note.
the email address?
I gave you.
Sir, please send the note.
It is gmail.com.
Copy it. Take it down again. Geometryteacher301@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
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 Yes.
What's gmail.com?
Gmail.com.
Sir?
Gmail.com. Gmail.
Gmail.com.
Geometry teacher 301
I have the Gmail contact.
gmail.com.
He has told me. Okay, sir.
So see you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.